Hey everyone, major announcement. Munashe Masawi is now the speed training specialist here at the Royal Quebec Golf Club.
Thanks, Shawn.
Welcome to the team, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm so excited. Today, we're going to show you the secret, the real secret on how to keep the head down, under quotes, because a lot of you are doing it completely wrong, and while not even worried or focused on the head. Can you imagine? You're getting to keep your head steady and down, you're coming down and through the shot, you're compressing the ball, but you're not thinking about it. Stay with us. This is a big one. I'll do the technical part first, and then you're going to get to see Moo crush his 9-iron just with the smoothest of buttery swings at 180 yards. Probably fly it over this thing. So I've got my 7-iron blade. And if you look at, I always have an intermediate point right here. And when you swing the club, it is so imperative that you know where the club is passing when you're performing your swing. So when I'm swinging back and through without stopping, here's one of our exercises. This is an Andrew Huberman approved neurological training technique. When I'm swinging back and through without stopping, I can see the blur of the club as it passes in front of me. So if I'm able to brush the grass in both directions, you'll notice that I'll have a very specific distance to ball. Now, when you watch it from face on, you'll notice the ball is the place where the club does not hit. So I got the ball in the center of my feet here, and I'm focused on sending some grass clippings into my screen and then sending grass clippings into the camera there. So toward the screen, toward the camera, toward the screen, toward the camera, toward the screen, toward the camera. Notice I'm brushing on this side and I'm brushing on this side. Actually, you'll see Bryson DeChambeau just did a lesson with Rick Shields. And he draws a line in the sand and he says you got to drag it back and then catch the front. Well, we're actually designed to do that. The center of my machine is right here between my two clavicles. It's called the sternal notch. If I only had one arm and I'm cutting grass with one arm, notice the center of that machine is right here. It's my shoulder. And you can see that whether I go that way or that way, the club is cutting grass underneath that shoulder. Bring both hands together to take the grip. And now we've got this beautiful blur. You'll notice that this is an arc blur. We're creating an arc. Now, when you see the arc and when you determine where it's passing, and you can see where the low point of the arc is when you're not interfering and you're not trying to place the club, i.e. in your practice swing, notice when the ball's not there, it all goes really, really well, right? So, hey, I saw the blur, and I saw the low point of my blurs right out here, so I want to have the ball right at the back of that. Now, my brain sees this arc, and it places itself inside that arc. So if I've got a very specific direction for my arc, there's my intermediate point, I'm going to do a couple of practice swings above the ball and observe the blur. So notice the blur is going through the ball and over that intermediate point. Bring that down to the ground. There. Now, if I follow the blur in that direction, let me show you in slow motion here. Yes, that's going in that direction. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yes, it is. And now I'm coming back down. Notice my hands are coming through first. There's the club following the arc from the inside. My club is following from this pendulum point here. There's impact, there's through, and I can see the blur is moving that way. Now watch what happens if my head moves forward. I can't go to the right edge of my intermediate point anymore. Now I'm going down and to the left. And I'm going to have to hurry up and hit the ball because the new low point's over here. I'm facing over here right now. This is so critical for you to understand. If you don't stay with the direction that you want the ball to start, all will be lost. The center point, the direction, all of it. So your contact and your direction is in the toilet. So if I stay in that direction, see that? My head can't move. So it's going to naturally stay in position by default because I'm staying in that direction. Now, when it comes to down and through, oh, now we're talking. So I'm going to the target. My hands are coming in first. Now the club is coming from the inside, and have you noticed? It's also coming down into the ball without me having to try and hit down on it. So for those of you who are trying to hit down on the ball to trap it against the ground, you're doing yourself an incredible disservice because now the head's moving forward. That's like somebody taking the ball and whipping it back into your stance way back there. And now, oh my gosh, I got to hurry up and hit the ball before I miss it. That's when you feel quick, jerky, and you have to provide more effort because it's a knee-jerk reaction now to make sure you don't miss the ball. So we're going to do a little draw. We'll start it toward the center of the green. If it stays in the center of the green, good. So I see that blur going to the right of the intermediate point. It's staying to the right, and it's staying to the right. I stayed with it the whole time, and there you go, man. Right on the front edge of the green. And that was so simple, so easy. There's 180 yards with my 7-iron, my blade 7-iron, just getting more and more efficient as we go, because as you stay centered, the blur stays in that direction, and then the contact in the direction will improve immeasurably, okay? So you'll see videos entitled Stop Pulling or Pulling Shots to the Left, Shawn Clement. That's a must-see. And we talk about the arc blur and the direction of the blur and what it feels like when you stay in that direction. So I'm just showing you right now how important it is to stay with your intermediate point. Because if I try to go to the target and see my target, I'm just going to whip across the ball and go dead left, and I'm actually moving out in front of the ball, so I don't have an anchor for my release, and I can easily push it way right. So for those of you who've got a two-way miss, this is one of the reasons why. It's called staying with the shot, okay? So let me show you a left-handed version with Moo here. And Moo has become such an incredible ball striker with his irons. I mean, it's just a tight little draw, and the compression is unbelievable. So stick with us. You're going to love this. Moo's favorite analogy and task is called battering ram. So if you go to our premium site at wisdomandgolfpremium.com, you're going to see battering ram drill, and you're going to see Shawn's new favorite drill, which is a very similar one. It's the jackknife drill, right?
Yeah.
So watch how Moo sets up to this ball against the door frame here.
It's going to set up for a draw.
All right. So notice how through the door frame he already is. Look where his hands are. Look where the weight is. You know, he's favoring that lead side, but your head's behind the door frame, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now when you take it back, notice he didn't drift off the door frame. His head is still in the same exact position in relation to this door frame. Now come on down. Notice the head didn't move forward. Look at this. So now the club is coming from the inside, squeezing the ball, and notice the low point of that swing is out here in front of the door frame.
Yeah.
Now I bet you that feels like you can just absolutely squash the ball.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Yeah.
Great Canadian Sasquatch, right? So That's how you crush the golf ball through and out toward the target, right?
Yeah.
So do a little bit of back and through.
Okay.
Yes. Look at that. How can you miss from there, right?
Yeah.
So now, if we look at from your angle, you're going to see it from down the line here. Come on over, Moo. We'll hit a shot.
All right.
So I'm just going to put the hammer right there so they can actually see it between your feet.
All right.
And this will be a really good angle for you guys to see it from as well. So Moo is just going to use the weight of that battering ram to deliver the shot left edge of the intermediate. Good miss, Moo.
Yeah.
Oh, how good a miss is that?
Pretty good. Get in the
Come
hole.
on, get in. Oh my God.
Damn.
That was incredible. Awesome.
Dang. That was
Just
close.
hit the flagstick. So, yeah, you hit it just a smidge heavy.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
But notice the path and the direction.
Yeah, I was locked in
Just
on the target.
he was locked in, so everything was in place.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that swing. So your brain already knows what was missing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sounded amazing.
That was a lot better.
Right over the flagstick. Look at that. This is Moo. He's been playing for 5 years. Look at the accuracy on that puppy right there. So that was a 9-iron, 9-iron.
Yeah, down there.
184 carry.
Yeah,
I remember that shot you hit over the trees in one of the videos that we did with the super tired 9-iron,
Yeah.
screaming over the trees, over the flag that was 180 yards away, and you hit it exactly that distance, and you flew it over the flag exactly like that. That was the shot you hit on number 8.
That's right, yeah.
Just amazing. So, what are you waiting for? Get to wisdomingolfpremium.com. Check out how we do things over there. And if you really want more speed, more ball speed, more compression through the ball, you got to go check out, and you'll see it in the description, Wisdom and Movement, all in abbreviated terms there, the new modern finagled guys, right? So you're going to see wisdomandmovement.com, and you want to take some time and train with Moo, and he'll get you more speed, more compression, and more fun, right? So hope you enjoyed that. See you next week.